President Trump is taking aim at the cultural arts, placing deep cuts to the National Endowment for the Arts, and even calling for its complete elimination. Now, it's a threat that will impact hundreds of local theaters and silence creative voices across the country.
I get this email. It says that our funding had been terminated. The number was $60,000.
That's Ty Jones, the artistic director of the Classical Theater of Harlem. It's an organization that's been around for more than 25 years and is dedicated to returning the classics to the stages of Harlem in New York.
The $60,000 was actually earmarked for our Uptown Shakespeare in the Park production of Memnon. They would have gone as fees to some of the actors and those who were involved with the show. We were a month out from rehearsals, so I had to pull money from different divisions of CTH to be able to cover that. Of course, there's a cascading effect, right? I now need to find money that I've taken from those other divisions.
Now, organizations can appeal the decision, but the reversals are unlikely, so Jones turned to the community for help.
I'm one of these people that's crazy enough to believe that the power of people is always stronger than the people in power. We've reached out to our community, and I truly believe that by the time we start rehearsals, we will have filled in that $60,000 gap. Not only will the show go on, it must go on. It's important to have the NEA because we're being mindful of how the arts also has a say in the economics of a particular neighborhood. So here at Classical Theater of Harlem, we think about culture, we think about community, and we think about commerce. Because when you have 1,600 people in your theater, that's foot traffic to local businesses. So we need to be mindful about how valuable the arts is for any community. In the month of July, we do nearly $600,000 of economic activity.
The independent federal agency is the largest funder of arts initiatives in the country with a budget of around $207 million. Now that's around 0.003% of the overall federal budget, and despite Trump's attacks on it, it has received bipartisan support because it supports the arts in every congressional district.
The Classical Theater of Harlem is one of hundreds of organizations impacted. In Texas, the Wellman Project lost its $35,000 grant, which would have transformed a former Klan auditorium into a hub for culture and arts in Fort Worth. In Arizona, the Southwest Folklife Alliance lost a $45,000 grant for its Tucson Meet Yourself Festival, which was 9% of the festival's overall budget. In Virginia, Studio 23, which is a community art space, lost its $30,000 grant for its planned programming for the year, and the list of organizations go on and on.
I think that this administration should be careful when they go after the most marginalized. When you do that, they become motivated. And I would also recommend people within this administration, particularly the head of it, to read Julius Caesar. I would like for him to understand that people within his own circle are doing things to undermine him, like going after the NEA, going after marginalized folks, going after the most vulnerable.